Hello guys, today I'm gonna explain you the relative units in CSS. So let's start with the percentage. The percentage is a percentage of the size of its parent element. So here we have an example. This is a normal HTML document, and here we have an style tag. With this tag I'm gonna put all the styles here, and then I have two divs, one with ID of big and one of ID small. So with these two divs I'm gonna assign the one with ID big the width of 200 pixels and the height of 200 pixels. Then to the small div I'm gonna assign the width 50%, because its parent element is big. It will do 200 pixels. 50% of 200 pixels is 100%, and 50% of 200 pixels again is 100 pixels. So that will be the size. If we put 50%, that will be the size. So let's check on the browser. And here we have in the browser. First, with the big ID, with the big div, we have a size of 200 per 200, and with the small div we have a size 100 per 100. So our calculations were correct. So now what we are going to do is go to the next relative unit, that is the M. The EM is a ratio of the font size of its parent element. So here we have this example. This example is a normal HTML document with a style tag where I'm gonna put all the styles again. Here we have three divs. The main div with ID big and has a text inside it. Then a div with ID is small, and then a div with ID same. All of those have text inside it. So let's start with the big ID selector, that is the big div. So I'm gonna assign it font size of 36 pixels, and to the small div I'm gonna assign it font size of 0.0 dot or 0 period em, that it is equal to 36 pixels per 0.5 or 0.5, I don't know how you call this, and is equal to 18 pixels. And for the example I created another decode saying that I'm gonna assign it the same 18 pixels, just to check that is the same. And we can see in the browser here that it's exactly the same font size, right? This is 36 px or pixels, and this is 18 pixels, the same as this. So for example, what happens if I do 1 em? With 1 em it will be equal to 36 px and will be the same as, well, you can see that that is the same as the big. So with 0.5 em is the same as above, right? So let's go to the next unit, is rem. Rem is a ratio of the font size of HTML element. Note its parent is HTML. No, its parent only HTML. So let's go to the example. Here we have the example, a normal HTML document, and I assign to the HTML element a font size of 20 pixels. The div a font size of 50 pixels, and I created two classes, a small rem and a small m, just to compare. The small rem will have font size 0.5 rem, that is equal to 20 pixels, because it only grabs the HTML. 20 pixels per 0.5 is equal to 10 pixels. And then we have the small m, that its font size is 0.5 m, and the calculation will be 50 pixels per 0.5 equals to 25 pixels. That it will grab this value from here, right? This value from here. As you can see, I have the main div with ID big and a text inside it, the small rem. So we are gonna check that right now in the browser. Let's go to the browser here. Okay, and we have it here. So here is the small div and here is the text in big div. So what happens if I change the class to a small im? Let's check in the browser. Okay, now it has 25 pixels of font size. I don't know if the console or if this is going to, no, it doesn't give me the pixels, but right now it's 25 pixels. If you want me to confirm that, just let me create with same text with same font size. I'm gonna create same here font size with 25 pixels. Okay. So using the M unit, I have the same here, but if I use the small rem, that will use rem instead of M, I have 20 pixels per 0.5, 10 pixels. So let's check it out. Let me save the file first. Okay, now check it out. Okay, and it has only 10 pixels of font size. Just let me change that here to compare, and as we can see, it has 10 pixels. So that is how rem unit works. Let's skip to let's go to the next one. The next one is VH. VH is 1 divided by 100 unit of the device window height. This will be equal to 1%, but I just write it like this. Unit of the device window height. So what do I mean about this? What is my device window height? My device window height is all the things that I have, or all the length, no, all the size that has the height of my window, right? BW is 1 divided by 100 unit of the device window width. That is all I have in the size horizontally or in landscape. I don't know how to spell that, sorry. So I have this, and as you can see, I did an example here. In this example, I have an HTML document, so you can check here that I created a div with ID b per div and another div with ID b per reverse. Why? Because I'm gonna do this. B per div with the background color red to distinguish it, so I assign a width to it with 50 view per width, that equals to 50% of view per width, and a height of 50 VH, that means 50% of view per height, an opacity, just to distinguish between both divs. So I have this. If I assign this the width of 100%, it will just do all the window. So let's leave it with 50%, just to distinguish. Right now, if I put it to 100% BH, it will grab all the vertical height. So if I put it with 50 BH, it will grab only the 50% of the viewport height. Let me save the file. Okay. So that's the trick, that's the key. Then I have viewport reverse. What will do this div? This div will do the reverse. In the width, I'm gonna grab the 50% of the viewport height. That means that this blue area in the width is the same as this size. You know, this, right? So I don't know if you can view it, but I guess you can. So in the height, I have 50% of the BW, so that means 50% of the viewport width. So as my width is all the landscape size, it will be very large, and it will be until this. If I set this to 100% viewport width, this will be larger because it's abarking all the landscape size. So that's how these two units works. Let's go to the nets. The nets is vmin and vmax. That means 1 divided by 100 unit of the device shortest window size. So what is the shortest window size I have? The shortest window size I have is the height, because the height in a monitor is the shortest and the width is the largest. So that's why here I have this. And in vmax, 1 divided by 100 unit of the device largest window size. That means that my largest window size is the width, so that will grab it as it is. So here we have an example. In this example, I have an HTML document where I have the style tag here, where I'm gonna put all the styles, and here I have the divs. In the first div with ID vmax, and in the second div with ID vmin, I'm gonna apply the name of its style. So in the vmin, with background color red to identify it, I'm gonna assign in a width of 100 vmin. That means 100% of min viewport. That in my case, or almost the computer will be the min if the height. Here in the vmax, I have the width 100% vmax. That means the width in computers, but in mobile phones it will be the reverse. So if I do here width of 100% of the minimum, and my minimum is the height, so it will be this width. You can see the red block that the minimum width, or the width, is the minimum of my height side. So in the height I have 100% on the min. That means only a block of this. And in the other vmax I had the background color blue to identify it. I had the width 100% vmax, that in my case is the width, so we'll create a block of blue and it will cover all the window because it will do my width per my width. It will create a big square, and that's how it works in vmin and vmax. Remember that in mobile phones 100% of min mobile beeper will be width, right? And are the same as here. The 100% of max viewport mobile with viewport will be the height because it's the largest one. So that's how it works, and I hope it is useful to you. And that's all. Thank you so much.